let's try to understand the blood group system that is currently followed. The system which is identified as ABO blood group system was invented by Karl Landsteiner, an Austrian immunologist, in the year 1901, for which he was awarded a Nobel Prize later on. In this system, the antigens contained in the membrane of the red blood cells and antibodies contained in the blood serum are taken into consideration. That is, if say this is the red blood cell, has antigens here, antibodies scattered around it, that is in the serum. On the basis of these antigens, the blood groups are identified as blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group O. Now these antigens are a combination of proteins, amines, carbohydrates, lipoproteins, that is conjugate proteins, and so on. Blood group A contains antigen A and antibodies for B. That is, it will have antibodies which will react with the antigen B, and hence these will be antibodies for B. Blood group B will contain antigen B and antibodies for A. Blood group AB will contain both the antigens but no antibodies. And blood group O contains no antigens but antibodies for both. That's how 4 different blood groups are identified. Now each type of antigen, whether it's A or whether it's B, it is structurally a different composition, structurally a different molecule. That is, we will consider antigen A as something of this type and antigen B as something of this type. So blood group A will have this antigen, blood group B will have this antigen, blood group AB will have both of them, and blood group O will have none of them. That's how the antigens and antibodies are identified. Now, this blood grouping system plays a vital role at the time of transfusion of blood. That is, if blood group A receives transfusion of blood group B type, then there would be a reaction between one of the antigens and one of the antibodies. That is, if blood group A receives B type of blood group, then it will have antibodies for that antigen, and that would result into the process of agglutination. Clumping would be there. In simple words, the blood sample, the transfused blood, would be rejected. Same happens with B, AB, or O. But as could be seen, AB contains both the types of antigens but no antibodies. So it can receive any kind of blood group. It can receive A, B, or O type of blood. It will have no antibodies to resist it. While O has no antigens but it has antibodies for both. So it cannot receive any other blood group but O. But at the same time, it doesn't have any antigen, so it can be given to any of the other blood groups. So O is described as universal donor, whereas AB, which doesn't have any antibodies and can receive any other type of blood sample for transfusion, this is described as universal recipient. Other than that, there is another kind of blood grouping system which is called as RH blood group system. RH stands for rhesus factor. Rhesus factor. It is actually an antigen B, that too present on the membrane of the red blood cell, by which we will be able to identify that blood group. That is, when this Rh factor, when this antigen B it's present on the membrane of the red blood cell, that is identified as Rh positive blood group. And when that Rh factor is absent, it's identified as Rh negative blood group. So each of these blood groups will be subdivided as Rh positive and Rh negative. Now, Rh grouping system, which was discovered much later, in this blood grouping system, or the rhesus factor blood grouping system, the antibodies are not present in the serum. They are produced, they are developed, they are formed only when the blood is exposed to an Rh factor. That too, a blood without Rh group is exposed to Rh group. Then only it starts producing the antibodies for it. So, anti-Rh bodies are not normally present in blood, unlike what we are seeing here. So, in Rh blood grouping, the Rh kind of antibodies will be generated only when the blood is exposed to the Rh factor, and hence these antibodies are produced only when necessary. Now, Rh grouping system, the rhesus grouping system, it plays a vitally important role, because if the mother carries Rh negative blood group, and if the fetus developing inside her womb is of Rh positive type, then through placental connection, mother's blood would start identifying the fetus blood sample as a foreign body, would start producing antibodies for the rhesus factor, and there could be a severe effect on the blood of the fetus. This condition is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. That is, there is destruction of red blood cells because of the antigen antibody reaction here. Rhesus factor in the fetus blood would start reacting with the antibodies formed in the mother's blood, resulting into a severe reaction. There will be mass destruction of red blood cells, and that can lead to severe anemia at the time of birth. Generally, this would be more severe in the case of the second child, second pregnancy. This condition is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. Now, generally in such conditions, the mother, if it's found to be having this kind of blood group complication, is administered anti-D injections much before the delivery, so that the reaction between Rh factor and mother's blood is blocked, it's prevented, and that can lead to almost a normal pregnancy. This is the kind of blood group system that is being currently followed. Do keep watching the videos, like them, subscribe to them, and share amongst your friends and family.